Green. I see something green. Oh, wow, you're all green. Oh, wow. Look, I see you. I see you. Peekaboo. Where are you? Peekaboo. Peekaboo. These are some practical ways to create connections with young learners in the virtual classroom. And I will share also practical ways for you to create these connections in the face-to-face classroom. Yeah, so ready? Yes, ready, ready, yes, yes. Ready, 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 yes, yes, yes. We're all about the basics today. So number one, when a child gets into our classroom, our virtual or not classroom, what we want to do for them is be ready. That means not being on your phone, not being cutting something, not being thinking about anything, being there mindfully, ready to listen and help this child to connect with the environment, with you and with each other. Okay, so it is very challenging for children to be in a new environment. I know that for us as well, as adults, as teachers, we get super excited, scared, afraid. Some of us don't sleep. I've lost sleep so many times before a new class or new year, or going back to class after vacation. So we've got to consider this. Children are going through so much when they've got to go to back to class. So some of them might be tired because they didn't get to sleep last night because they were so excited or so scared, or just couldn't sleep. Some of them might be sad because they have to leave mommy and it's really fun to be with mommy all day or daddy all day. Some of them might be super excited, which kind of puts you, your brings your energy levels a little bit too high, which I experience a lot. And anyway, some of them might be scared. Oh my God, everybody's new. I just left my old school, or I've never been to a school at all. And it's just so many big feelings that they're going through. Do you understand this? What we experience is just one tiny baby bit of what children are experiencing, and they haven't had the time and practice to master ways to cope with those big emotions yet. So, do you understand how challenging it is for a child to go back to school or to start going to school? Yeah, okay. So I want you to have that scenario in your head. So you are going to breathe and de-escalate yourself, manage your behavior so you can help that child feel welcome and safe and a part of a community in your classroom. Okay. And now I will give you some practical techniques to do that. So first, considering your face-to-face classroom, one very simple way that costs zero reais and it takes zero preparation is to be ready for them. Just there, not thinking about anything else, not cutting paper, being ready at the door, ready to welcome them into the environment. Okay, so when your child arrives in your face-to-face class, okay, I'll start with face-to-face and then I'll go with virtual. And I'm sending you away, not because I don't like you, but because I need space to show you what you're gonna do. Okay, so you're gonna be standing up by the door and the child gets there. So stand up. Can you stand up with me right now? Yeah, you are investing your time and energy into this training. I want you to put it into practice. Okay, so stand up with me. You're going to be standing up. Imagine your child is getting there, your new students. Oh my God, this is so exciting. You're ready at the door. You've got a smile on your face. Okay, this costs zero reais and no preparation. And then your child is probably what? This height, maybe shorter. So you're going to get down to their level so you can look into their eyes. And I'm going to get close to the camera. Okay. So you can look into their eyes and say, hi. See? Do you want to try that with me? Give me a hi. Best smile and hi. There you go. And then you're going to say your name. I'm Bia. Can you say your name? I'm nice. Then what's your name? And it's okay if they don't say, they might cuddle with mommy and you can play a little guessing game like, is it João? No. Is it Roberto? No. And if you know their name, you can say here in the third trial, is it Pedro? Oh, yes, welcome, Pedro. Come on in. And if it's not COVID, you can offer to give them a hug or a high five. But if it's COVID scenario, you can high five in the air or do a little dance, just welcome them in. Okay, offer. Notice I said offer. I did not say force them or hug them. Some people are not huggers. They don't like contact, physical contact, okay? Or they don't want to high five. They don't want to dance. They don't feel comfortable to do that yet. And that's fine. Don't force children to do anything, okay? So let me bring you back to me. And this costs zero reais. Zero preparation, no resources, and you've started your class with the right foot, welcoming the child there, okay? And then you're gonna have your space for them to put on their shoes, and you can chant, put on your, take off your shoes, and you model how they take off their shoes by taking off your shoes and offer them the classroom. Hopefully you're going to have a teacher assistant that is going to show them what toys are available, what centers you've prepared, so you can stay at the door to welcome the next child. But if not, you can definitely quickly show them and come back to the door to talk to the next child. Or you can welcome everyone at once. If they all get there at once, you just will skip the part of the name. You just introduce yourself, I'm Bia, welcome, and then you model how they can take off their shoes and where they can put their shoes, and then they can go into the classroom and explore what you've got ready for them. So once your children are in your classroom, you want to give them a bit of time and space to walk around and see the toys, but at the same time, you don't want to make it awkward. So you can play with some toys yourself and kind of show them how to interact with the environment and how to play with the toys. Definitely don't guide them here. Don't change the way they are playing. This is not your place, okay? You want to get to observe them and to learn as much as you can from them. So watching the way they interact with the toys and with each other for that first few minutes is fundamental. If you can, take notes. Definitely take notes of what they're playing with, how they're playing. Oh, they're stacking the toys, or they are building towers with Legos, or no, they are jumping from one place to another, or somebody sitting on the corner, somebody grabbed a book, and so on. Okay, that will give you so much insight, so many insights to plan your next few lessons. Okay, so give them time and space. If parents are staying, which happens a lot with me, I don't know about you, but especially with very young learners, parents usually stay, and I love that. I love that because I get to educate parents as well in a very friendly, non-invasive, respectful way, of course. Only parents know what's best for their children. It's not my place to tell anyone how to raise their kids. No. But it is my place to explain to parents what developmental stage the child is at according to their age. Roughly, this varies, of course. It is my place to tell parents that it's okay for a child to not say anything in English in the first week, for example. It's okay for a child to not interact with any friends. For example, it's okay for a child to cry. It's okay. And then just like I explained the whole context to you, I have a chance to explain this and to explain a little bit of how the children's brain work for the parents, which is really, really cool because they get to take that home. And it also gives parents a bit of extra confidence on what I'm doing, because they're like, okay, she knows what's happening. Okay. So another reason why I love that parents stay when they do stay, especially with very young learners, is that connection that very young learners still have very strong connections with their parents, and that they get to watch my class live. So this is like an advertisement live. So this is really, really cool. I think a lot of times we get really anxious and scared that the parents are staying, and we think that they are judging us. No, they're really just trying to observe their kids, and they are just wowed and amused by what's going on in there, and how we're speaking English or bringing English into play and so on. So really, we need to switch our mindset on that, because parents are our friends. I really, really love having parents in the classroom, and we usually become friends. Yeah, parents are people. I'm a parent, by the way. Okay, so I'm a person. Keep that in mind. A brilliant way to create connections with your young learners from the very first class is also saying their names. How obvious and simple is that? But our name has a very important and powerful meaning. Our name is part of our identity. So if you have 100 young learners on your first day, you probably won't be able to remember all of their names before your class, but you can definitely practice this. You can definitely write their names and stick it on their outfits, give it to them so they can stick it on their outfits. So that really helps them also to get to know each other's names. You can do an art and craft, a self-portrait maybe, or you can have their photos printed. The families can send you the photo, and you can have their names under the photo, and you stick it on the wall, and that makes the classroom even more welcoming. It makes the environment belong to them even more. I know it takes a bit more of preparation to get all the photos printed and la da 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 da, but that will last you for a whole year if you want. And it really makes a huge, huge difference. So saying their name. So, oh, Julia, you're playing with the blocks. Hello, João. Hello, yeah, and so on. Okay, so that is a simple tip, but super practical and very effective. Okay, um, so you can't really control how children are going to interact with the environment in the very first classes, virtually or not. But what you can do is you can set up the learning environment. So you are kind of controlling a little bit of the situation. So what I really love to do here is to set up learning centers. So Lego center here, Play-Doh center. Play-Doh is a must. Play-Doh center here, and you can make homemade Play-Doh with farinha, flour, water, salt, and oil. It's so cheap, and it gives you a huge batch, and they really engage with it because it brings out the sensory play time. So that's really great for their motor skills as well. By the way, children develop their brains through sensory play. But this is another topic for another chat, another video lesson. So yeah, and you set up the learning environment, and you could have maybe a story learning center. You could have maybe an small world play learning center with animals on a tray and sand, so the animals can go and they can build a mountain with the sand, and the animals can go up and down. And anyway, you can set up as many learning centers as you want. If you go on Pinterest and you type preschool learning center, first grade learning center, second grade learning center for 8-year-olds, etc. You will get so many brilliant ideas that will get you so inspired for your first few lessons or for your whole year long lesson. So that is a great technique. Write that down. Make sure you write that down. Learning centers and playing centers. Search for that on Pinterest and Google. Okay, so this is when you get to know, okay, this child loved the Play-Doh, they loved, this group loved the dinosaur or the blocks, and etc. And then you can rotate around the learning centers and play with them, interact with them, get to know them, get them to feel comfortable. When children are playing, they are in their most comfortable selves. They are in their world, in their environment. They are home. So you definitely want to get your young learners to play in as much as you can throughout the course, but definitely in those first few lessons, play. And in the virtual classroom, it's the same. It's just going to take you a bit more of communication with the families, because you are going to need to send them a photo or a materials list of what they will need for that class, and then they need to organize that on their end. So if you're making Play-Doh, you need to send them the list of the 4 ingredients: flour, cup, and then the ingredients: flour, salt, oil, water, and then what else is going to be needed? A cup, a tray. This is going to be messy, so no fancy things, because it's going to get greasy, and etc. So we can definitely adapt anything, not anything, most things to the virtual environment. Okay, it just takes a bit of chamomile tea to calm our nerves first, and communication with the parents, and creating those connections with the families as well. This makes a huge difference, and it's definitely going to transform your lessons. Okay? Game time! Woo! This is my favorite. So these games that I'm about to teach you should probably be under teaching ideas, maybe, but they are so great for creating connections that I'm gonna say them here. And yeah, so let's keep it all in one place. So here we go. The first game, okay, so a great way to create connections between anyone, and especially children, and with children, is through play. And when I say play, I do not mean competitive play where somebody loses and somebody wins. Somebody walks out sad, crying, frustrated, and somebody is happy and proud, thinking they're the best in the world. No, I mean cooperative play. So forget all about competitive play for your first few lessons. Avoid competitive play as much as you can, actually, and focus on cooperative play. So write that down right now: cooperative games, cooperative play, because you can search for more ideas on YouTube, Pinterest, Google, anywhere, everywhere, for all ages. Okay? Did you write it down? I'll wait. Okay, cool. Here we go. So the first idea I want to share with you today is hi, hello. Okay, so this is for the face-to-face lesson. Children will, and you want to model this. Okay, so this is how I would do it. Okay, one step at a time. And I'm pushing you away. Bye. To get more space so I can move around. Okay, so here we go. Good chair. Okay, stand up. And then I'll wait for the children to stand up. Great work. Up. Okay, don't force them. Again, don't force them. If somebody doesn't want to stand up, it's okay. But praise the ones who did. Cool. I see you standing up. Cool. Stand up. Open your arms. Arms wide open. Arms wide open like a plane. Plane. And let's fly our planes and say hi, hi, hello. Can you say with me? Hi, hi, hello. Hi, hi, hello. Here we go. Ready? Let's fly our plane. No touching, no touching, no touching. Fly our planes. Give me space. Here we go. Hi. And then I would model looking in the eyes and saying hi. Hi. Hello. Oh, we said hello together. Let's do a plane dance. Bye bye. Hi. Hi. Hello. And so on. So basically, you want to model to them that they need to stand up, open their arms wide like a plane, fly their planes, looking at each other in the eyes, and say hi, hi, hello. If somebody says hello, hello together, they do a little plane dance. But giving children these instructions is not helpful at all. So you want to model step by step and adjust and play for as many rounds as it needs until they get it. Okay, so looking in the eyes is a huge life skill that a lot of people, a lot of adults still haven't mastered. Somebody had to say it. So we're teaching our young learners that in this game, or we're teaching them how to say hi, hi, hello, and to connect. Okay, if it wasn't for COVID, we would definitely touch and high five and hug, but not with COVID. So this is COVID safe game. Hi, hi, hello, airplanes. And you can even play with going high and low, and extend and vary it. Okay. Another wonderful game is tag. Pique pega, but with no touching, so it's shadow tag. And shadow tag is actually better to play outside if you can, or in a very big spacious room, because you are going to step on people's shadow. So this is how they tag them. Instead of touching them, you're going to step on the shadow, and oh, I stepped on you, you're it. So that if you step on somebody's shadow, boom, I stepped on you, you're it. That person needs to is the next person to tag. Okay, so another idea, super simple, similar to rock paper scissors, which is also kind of fun, but it involves a little bit of competition. So it's 1-1-2, 1-1-2. Okay, so again, do your planes just for the space, just for a matter of space, so children aren't touching each other. You can even have a little half of a pool noodle here, so they can hold it, and that will keep them distanced, socially distanced. Yeah, and then they will use their fingers to do 1-1-2. And you can do this with movements or not. So children can stand in front of each other and then they change pairs, or they can move around and go 1-1-2. Okay, so let's say you want to do it a bit more of a controlled way. So they're standing in front of each other and you go 1-1-2. Okay, 1-1-2, but it doesn't have to follow that order. So 1-1-2, 1-2-1, 1-2-1, 1-2-1. Stop. When you say stop, the teacher says stop. Children need to look at their fingers. If both of them have the number 2, they do a little dance. If they have the same, if they have a different number, so 1 and 2, for example, that child has 1 and this child has 2, they can do jumping jacks. Whoo! Okay, so that is a game that doesn't involve touching, and it's really no competition, very low on language challenge, so everyone can participate and feel included, and it's a lot of fun. Okay, and again, go model one step at a time. There's no need to rush. Okay, and I don't know why I sat down because I'm going to show you the third game. Moving the table away. Bye again. This last game is Iceberg Shark. Okay, and you can, after you introduce these two words, call and response words, you can add more. So shipwreck, for example, or drop the anchor after. So let's start with just iceberg shark. So again, your planes or your boats, whatever you want to name it, because it's all about the sea. So do your little boats, boats up. And let's row, row, row your boat gently down the stream. And then the teacher calls, iceberg, everybody freeze. Row, row, row your boat gently down the stream. Shark, everybody needs to do, put their hands on their head and go. Row, row, row your boat gently down the stream. Iceberg, iceberg, shark. And then once everybody understood and learned it, you can add new ones. So drop the anchor. Go down. Drop the anchor. And shipwreck. Everybody lay down on the floor. Oh, Titanic. Okay, and then you can add more actions, and then you can even read a story related to boats. There are so many, and then you can do an invitation for art and craft, so you can have that 4-hour lesson that we were talking about on the Instagram live, if you were live with me on Instagram. Woo, that was a lot of chatting, Bia. I loved having you in this session. There are so many more here in the course for you. If you haven't signed up yet, hurry and click on that sign up button, because there is so much content, practical content that you can use right away, and you can access it for 6 months. Okay, if you have signed up, leave the stars here. Did you love this class? Put the stars. Do you have any questions? Leave them in the comment, and I'll see you in the next class.